Hey everyone, it's James. Well, there seems to be another energy that wants to come through, so I'm going to flow with this and see what happens here. So, give me a second. Greetings. We are from the planet Antares. We are an older civilization. Older in your years, at least. We are grateful for this opportunity to speak. For the human experience is quite the interesting one. Before this planet was a planet, there was much speculation and discussion about how this experiment would go. And we use the word experiment in the most flattering term. There was much riding on this planet's incarnation into form due to the fact that the third dimensional construct is more, we will say, challenging than most to work within. Due to the vibratory state being more dense, it creates some difficulties in order to pull in form for manifestation. However, there were vast numbers of teams from across worlds and galaxies that came together to find a path forward for what you now refer to as Mother Earth. Her significance is quite important, for it directly correlates to the evolution and or involution of other neighboring worlds and planets. As many of you have heard before, I am sure, that all things are connected. However, to take this thought form further, this ideal further, we must first look at it from a macro perspective. From a single point, all of existence was birthed. And this point created sub-points. Sub-points comparable to spheres, expanding and contracting from a central source. Within these spheres, various worlds, galaxies, and life forms exist. These spheres make up different planes and dimensions. For there are many planes within a dimension. And even some dimensions within a plane. So as it relates to Mother Earth, her significance is due to the fact that creation in this density is more difficult, we shall say, to come by. And therefore, in doing so, she has mastered and is mastering the blueprint of physicality and how to anchor consciousness in to create form. Now, this is a double-edged sword, we would say. Because on one hand, the significance of being able to do so creates a wondrous ripple effect across other worlds and galaxies who aren't able to anchor in any form of manifestation, anything solid, we would say. For as they attempt, it dissolves. It can't find any footing. And so the gift the Great Mother has provided is access by some to these codes, allowing others, worlds and civilizations, to anchor in accordance with their own geometric laws and architecture. Now, the other side of this sword, if you will, is that as you anchor in to this density, due to its vibratory field and resonance, many beings have extreme difficulty pulling themselves out of this. It would be as if you took an elevator underground, a mile down, and are trying to feel what's happening on the surface. For most, this is extremely difficult, if not impossible. Although you've come to realize nothing is impossible. And so it has had to happen. And we will keep with this same analogy, is that beings have had to come to this planet and dig holes, if you will, allowing just even a pinhole of light to be shown so that they can awaken and remember. This is also akin to being asleep in a dream. For those that aren't ready, no matter how hard you try to wake them up, you cannot. And so while that is just one example of how beings brought here are helping to awaken those that are in the cycle of forgetting, it is a unfortunate side effect, if you will, of playing around in this density. So given the current state of the planet, Mother Earth, in some respects, has already made her journey. Meaning that those underground, needing to see the light, eventually found their way. However, there are still many timelines at play. For it is constantly changing and shifting. And so it is through messages like these and through other beings that are spreading the word, whether verbally or through non-verbal actions, by walking the talk, so to speak. You are creating pinholes of light into the fields of these beings. That have been immersed underground, if you will, in the human experience, lost in the densities of this existence, needing help to find their way. For as you and other beings that do coexist on this planet with you, in different fields of awareness, as you begin to help these beings, in conjunction with Mother Earth's evolution and your own, you are learning to master this plane of existence, bringing codes with you as you move on to different states of awareness and consciousness, whether in human form or back to your star planets. So you see, this is why the significance of this planet is so important. For in addition to humans waking up, other worlds and civilizations are in dire need of understanding these codes and how to navigate the physical realm in order to help their civilizations root in, anchor in to various aspects of awareness and manifestation in order to help further along their progress and their growth. There are domino effects, ripple effects for everything. Since it's all connected. Each aspect of consciousness holds its own codes uniquely. And when combined with other codes, doors begin to open and unlock. We hope this information has been insightful. We are intimately involved in this project called Mother Earth. And very much want to ensure she is able to continue moving into the direction that directly impacts both humans, other species, and worlds. We thank you for listening. We hope to have another communication with you in the future, or at least your version of this. Thank you. Hmm. Wow. Uh, what a beautiful. Um, well, it was a very. It was a very like resolute message. Uh, and Antares, those are the. Oh my goodness. They're escaping my name, but they look like insects. They look like they start with an M. Mantis beings, the mantis beings. I've channeled them before in the past. They're very wise, but also very, uh, very direct. Very, I guess, resolute would be the best word to describe. You know, I've heard this before, more recently with regards to the planets, and you know, I think at least I fell into this belief system that uh, that there was such a thing of wanting to get out of the third dimension. Oh, it's lower. You know, it's time to evolve. It's time to move on to these higher realms. Uh, but new information has come through that the third dimension is very significant because it's a very challenging dimension to maneuver and function in. However, uh, as we master as a collective the third dimension, this is uh, imperative to other civilizations and worlds because in order to bring something into the physical, you need to master these codes. And many of these other species and beings are very envious, I shall say, because number one, they aren't able to have a human avatar. And then they see some of the experiences that we're having and being able to anchor in and manifest. You know, in order to manifest, you have to root. And then you allow that rootedness to hold the structure for whatever you're envisioning or for whatever that manifestation is to come true. And so imagine having all of these, and I wouldn't call them thoughts, but like there's energies by which these different beings just are, and they come into these forms of energy. But without something to pull it down, it's like a cloud, it just keeps floating away. And so Mother Earth, in her multidimensional structure, is able to give codes to these other worlds that are giving her codes as well. And so it's like this beautiful, I wouldn't call it yin yang, but like this give and take, this beautiful flow of energy between these different worlds and galaxies. So there is significance in the third dimension and our ability to master it. And I know I'm like, oh, we're going to the fifth dimension, and I'm in such a rush to get there. And I've diminished the significance because I never saw it from that perspective. I never saw how important it was to master this realm, this dimension before we move on to the others, and the significance that it has as those that are able to have this experience here can bring it then with them to other realms, to other dimensions. It came through in a channel a couple of days ago. They said it's akin to just a select group of people having this book of wisdom, and you're in this class, and in order to pass the class, you need to have this book of wisdom and the information that's in it, in addition to what everyone else has. But since only a select few have it, the other ones are like, hey, I want to be able to see what's in the book. And they're not able to until we're able to master this and then share what we're able to with those that are in accordance to the geometries and architectures that would be in alignment with the specific ones. So anyways, I hope that helps. This was a unexpected channel, but I wanted to share. Thank you so much. Sending you so much love, and there'll be more to come.